Hello everybody, and today is November 19th. It's a Monday, and sorry I've been away for so long, but just haven't had the time. I was actually finishing up a quarter of school, so a lot of work to do. Didn't have too much time to do movie reviews. I mean, still watch them, but couldn't really do the same thing. Anyway, so now that I'm back, want to catch up on a bunch of movies first, and I think all throughout next week because I don't have much to do because I'm going home on vacation for Thanksgiving. I'm going to be hopefully reviewing a lot of movies. So anyway, up for today is 28 Days Later, just because I'm going to be reviewing 28 Weeks Later, and when I kind of refresh myself, I watched both of them. Evan Almighty, Reign Over Me, Spider-Man 3, Meet the Robinsons, and Ratatouille. So anyway, let's just jump right in. You're probably all wondering, oh man, where's some good scary movies from way back, except now that you don't really care because it's not Halloween anymore, I guess it doesn't really matter so much. But anyway, 28 Weeks Later. For those of you who haven't seen 28 Days Later, that's the first movie, and then 28 Weeks Later is the sequel. Now, I think what's really important is you need to see the first one before you see the second one. And mostly because the second one takes place about 6 to 8 months, 28 weeks, after the events of the first one. So I think it gives you that extra impact that you need to really get the full feel of what it's like in their world. Post-apocalyptic virus turned human into crazy flesh-eating rabid zombies. But anyway, so what goes on in this movie is it takes the perspective of a family in this situation where this virus has spread all over England. And basically the father escapes and he couldn't save anybody else. But basically they're trying, 7 months later, they try to rebuild England, and now that there's this safe zone in the island, now you kind of can see where this is going. They find some survivor, and I won't tell you any more than that, but what ends up happening is kind of freaky, A. And B, I like the movie, however, after watching the movie, you really find that there was a lot of stupid people in this movie. Like, I think these people should not have made the decisions that they made in this movie if they were actual real people, So, anyway, that's what I think of that. I definitely thought that 28 Days Later was a little bit better than this one. But, that's how most sequels go anyway. So, watch 28 Days, watch 28 Weeks. But if you're trying to find something that beats 28 Days, probably not this one. But yeah, otherwise, I liked it a lot. Definitely give it a thumbs up. It was pretty good. I'd say go for it. Alright, next up, Evan Almighty. Now, the huge thing about this is that this was a sequel to Bruce Almighty. If you guys have seen Bruce Almighty, that's actually the Jim Carrey movie, and Morgan Freeman's in it as well. And what ends up happening is he gets powers of God, and he has basically a field day with it. In this one, it's not quite so, I don't even know how to put it, but let's just say it's not even so funny. Evan Almighty, Evan's played by Steve Carell, and he was actually in the first one as well. He was actually a news reporter, and he plays the same role in this one, except he's kind of moved on from his life, and now he's trying to get into politics. But the huge thing with this is that, alright, compare. Bruce Almighty was rated PG-13, and Jim Carrey could do a few funny things, and he can get away with a few jokes for the adults and stuff. Alright, Evan Almighty, rated PG. Now, think about that for a second. Steve Carell can't, go over the top. He can't, do anything crazy, and they'll let him put that on a film or anything. It's also rated PG, so they're obviously targeting a younger audience, and anyway, needless to say, I felt that this movie was severely lacking. I mean, it was a fairly solid family movie if you were just going to let the kids watch it, but I think if you were going to watch it, you're probably going to be bored out of your minds because it's just kind of like a really offbeat retelling of the story of Noah's Ark, and except, really modernized. And I don't think it's really that interesting. There's no surprises, there's no twists. It's just kind of everything builds up, and it's just, I mean, I guess if I didn't expect it to be a comedy movie, or if I didn't feel like they were intending it to be a comedy movie, it wouldn't actually be too bad as a cheesy kids movie, but it was obviously intended for everybody, and it didn't quite deliver, I think. So anyway, Evan Almighty, thumbs down. Don't watch it unless you're just going to let your kids watch it. So anyway, Evan Almighty. Reign Over Me. Reign Over Me is this drama. It's pretty much mostly a drama. It has a lot of funny parts to it, so there's a lot of comedy too. And it'll engage you. It's very one of those, powerful, dramatic, engaging dramas that you just gotta watch. It's, I think, one of the best drama movies out right now. The thing about this is it actually stars Don Cheadle and Adam Sandler. Believe it or not, though, Adam Sandler, he plays a serious role in this movie. He does a very good job, though, so definitely recommend watching it. This movie is about two guys who, went to college together. They were college roommates, but they haven't seen each other for a while because it's, well after college, and they haven't, seen each other for a while. So what ends up happening is that one of them, who's moved on, he's become a dentist, and he sees him on the street one day and basically gets into contact with him. After they start talking, things kind of get rolling and it gets pretty interesting. You see some interesting character development, some interesting dynamics between relationships, and it's just a really cool movie to watch. And besides that, it's very powerful and moving because I think this was the first movie that doesn't directly deal with the events of 9/11, but kind of has the events of 9/11 slightly related. Because Don Cheadle's character finds Adam Sandler's character, and the last time before, the huge gap that they hadn't seen each other was when Adam Sandler's character had lost his family in 9/11. So yeah, it's definitely pretty good. But I definitely recommend it. You gotta watch it. It's pretty good, so go get it. Thumbs up. Reign Over Me. Go watch it.